This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFilm London. I'm in the York Hall, Bethnal Green for the Miranda Carter show. With me, I've got a very glum-looking Tyson Fury. No bounce, no swagger. I've been watching you sit there and watching the fights. What are you thinking today?
To be honest with you, I don't feel well. I've got a bit of a cold. I think I've got some tonsillitis going on. My legs feel weak. I feel fucked, to be honest. Just come here to support you, though. So, drove all that way, just got out of the car, and I feel like shit, to be honest with you. Just, we carry on, don't we?
Tyson, the news of this, of David Haye's cut eye, come about around midday Saturday. When did you hear about it for the first time?
About midday Saturday.
Same as everyone else?
Same as everybody else, you know. He got a cut and fight was off. I was training Saturday morning. I was in the gym and I got a call from Peter saying, I'll come up to the room, urgent news. Before I was on my way, I thought, yeah, he's pulled out. Because I always said he was going to pull out. Kept saying, don't pull out, but can't help cuts, can you?
I know there's been a lot of these conspiracy theories running about and people saying this, that and the other, but in your heart of hearts, do you genuinely think that this is a legitimate injury David's had and you don't think that?
No, I think something's gone on, to be honest. You know, I think something's gone on. I don't think it's a genuine cut, because why would you be sparring a week before the biggest fight of your life? So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's... And I don't think he
for what reason? Alright, so say what you're saying is what it is, if it was.
Yeah.
For what reason
would he have done that?
Would he have done that? He's taken the... Well, there's been a rescheduled fight now for the 8th of February. For what reason would he have done that?
Because he was having a terrible camp. Things were going wrong. George Groves left the camp, so it must have been a shit camp. I heard he was getting done in sparring. Just a few different things, you know. You never can tell what goes through a man's mind, a weak person's mind anyway. I was having a good camp, everything was going well, my sparring was going well. Everything's going well, but you know, they tried to postpone it. David Haye's not just a boxer, he's a trickster as well. Like just Adam Booth's the same. But they like to fuck people's minds up and all that, but you know, it doesn't interest me. What's for me won't go by me. You know, fight with David Haye's going to be there or it's not, I couldn't give a shit. He's been out of active over a year. It'll be well over a year by the time he gets back in again. He's 30 odd and I'm 25 just the other day, so time's on my side. I don't really care. But you know, heavyweight boxing, there's not many people left there to fight really. Apart from David Haye, I don't see many other people that is worthy challengers. They're all shit. Apart from, like, you got the Klitschko's if they want to fight me, but I can't see them fighting me because I'm too dangerous for them at this back end of the career. So who else is there? There's no big names left. You got Deontay Wilder, he was offered to fight to step in instead of David Haye, and he didn't fancy that. So, but you can't expect somebody 30-0 to take a fight in a week's notice, can we? Even though it was for a hell of a lot of money.
The Deontay Wilder one, wasn't it? Because Sky didn't deem that fight to be box office. That's what Mick said. Is that?
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened with it. But you're not going to get any big names on a week's notice, are you?
In that week between obviously the news of the cut up until the day it was announced as the 8th of February, what were your options then? What were you thinking? Were you thinking, look, I don't want to fight David anymore, I want to move on? Did that cross your mind?
No, because it's the biggest money fight in heavyweight boxing. And that's what boxing's about, money. So what's the point taking a fight for 100 grand when you can take one for 5 million? Of course I want to fight David Haye. You know, this fight's a big fight for me. Big fight for David Haye, you know. Money talks and bullshit walks. There's no other fight out there that's going to gross this amount of money for us both. So it needs to happen. It needs to happen. You know, I'm having a bit of bad luck with when it comes to boxing, because although I'm undefeated in that, I just can't seem to nail down the big money fights. You know, David Price goes and gets himself knocked out by Tony Thompson, and disasterises that big opportunity for us both. Flushed a lot of money down the toilet, and now David Haye gets a cut and that, and I just don't think he wants his fight, to be honest. They tried the intimidation job and all that, but you know, he's not going to intimidate me. So he's not dealing with a normal person, and I think he's scared of travellers as well. So there's that mysterious whole thing that you never want to get into a fight with a gypsy, do you? Because you're never going to know what's going to happen, and you're going to get fucked up. So I just suggest just grow a pair of balls, David Haye, and take the fight on February the 2nd to come and knock me out like you said you are, and like everyone believes you can. Just believe it yourself and come and do it, please. Put me out of my misery.
What's the chances of you... Well, actually, first of all, do you want to fight before that 8th of February?
I'd like to, but I don't know if I'm going to be allowed because contracts and all that. Contracts have been signed, and I don't think Sky want me to fight in between. So, you know, what am I going to do to pay the bills in between now and then? I might have to go on the dole, unemployed, job seekers allowance. I'm waiting for a fight February.
When will you know if you're going to fight? Say, I mean, a date's total in November potentially if you were to fight before then.
I'd like to fight in October now. I'm ready to put 15 weeks of training in, so it's a pity to waste all that, isn't it? You know, I like to fight, but you know, it's getting a budget show to put the budget on, and getting an opponent really who's gonna fight me on a small budget show.
What about the risk of potentially not the risk of you losing, but the risk of you potentially getting a cut yourself?
Yeah,
or
but a cut only takes a month to heal maximum, and I've got 5 months, 6 months to the fight. So, or if I get badly cut and badly bruised and badly swollen and jaw snapped, it's not going to take 6 months to heal, is it? You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just pretty pissed off with it all, to be honest. Put all this work in, spend all that money, and just end up with nothing really. And I don't think he's going to take the fight in February anyway. I think someone else is going to prop up and he's going to take it. But you know, I personally, what I foresee is David Haye not taking this fight, taking a Klitschko fight, and getting sacked off of Sky Sports. But he's not bothered because there's a new station in town, isn't there? So he could go and sign a contract with them because they've got lots of money. So, and that freezes me in the cold. He goes and gets flattened by whoever, and then that's it. There's nobody left for me to fight. I've got to make my own era then, just like the Klitschko's had to do really. But you know, there's no big names out there at all, is there? I can't think of any big names in boxing. Just there's nobody to fight. There's just, bar the Klitschko's and me and David Haye, there's nobody out there. Pulev, nobody's interested in Pulev. Adamek don't sell anymore. Maybe Chris Arreola in America, or Deontay Wilder when he fights somebody of note in America. But apart from that, the heavyweight division's dead. There's no young blood in the division. There's nobody coming through. Just got old people, 50-year-old, and has-beens, or champions that's 40 odd years old.
8th of February, do you, in your heart of hearts, do you think that you don't think the fight's going to happen?
No, don't think the fight's going to happen. I just think it's let everybody down. It's just a letdown. I think he's too busy blowing off Adam Booth. Him and Adam sucking each other's cocks, you know, to get a fight on. You know, let him get knocked out, let him get smashed to pieces. Who gives a fuck? He's only a sop anyway. But I don't care. I really don't care what happens. Really, I've had it up to fucking 7 foot in the air with them. You know, if they fight, they fight, and if they don't, they don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't really care anyway what happens. I'm not going to fight Derek Chisora. I already beat him when he was a virgin. There's no money in the Chisora fight. I'm not going to fight David Price. He's been knocked out twice. No money in that fight. Who else is there? Any Europeans you can think of? Any good? Pulev's no money. There's no money out there, and I'm not going to start getting punched around the head for no money. I'd take the Wilder fight, yeah. But he needs to fight somebody and get HBO interested in him, because at the minute he's not an HBO fighter. He's just some pumped up fucking jack, innit? 7 foot skinny tosser. But I would fight him if he could get HBO interested. I'd go to America, no problem. But there's nobody else in America either. Seth Mitchell got knocked out. Ariola's been done a few times already.
Maybe Scott's lost.
Malik Scott, I wouldn't even call that a good fight. And then you've got, who else is there? Chris Arreola, he's the old blood in the division in America, but you know, are HBO going to be interested in that fight? Doesn't come in shape. Be beat by Klitschko, are they really going to, is the nation going to believe him? And people have got to believe in the fighter to make money, and you know, we're not in this sport to make fucking brass buttons. It's all about making money. Unless someone can come and offer me a lot of money to fight one of their fighters, some gangsters or something, then who knows what else.
Tyson, you know, I know what you just said about this whole thing about there being something not right about what's happened with David. Is there any part of you just thinks he has sparred on the fight, he has just suffered a cut and it has just happened like that? Is there any part of you that just thinks that could be the case?
No, I don't think that's the case at all. I just don't think so. You know, why would he be sparring hard with a week left to go? You don't spar hard a week left to go. I've been boxing all my life and I'd never spar hard a week left to go. I don't wear an head guard, never mind head guards and sparring a week before. I sparred 300 rounds for this fight with no head guard on, and don't wear head guards, never. It's just one of them things, I don't get cut, so you can never tell, can you really? But I just don't care if it was real or it wasn't. He's pulled out, the fight's off, regardless if it was real or it wasn't. It's not happening on Saturday, it's finished. I don't think it's going to happen in February either. If it does, it does, and if not, then so be it. There's nobody else really. I'd like to get Grandad in the ring Vitaly, but he ain't going to fight me. And I lost my mandatory slot against Vladimir, so I'm fucked really. I fought 3 world title eliminators, and for nothing, just to be fucked off. You know, I showed committed to this fight. I pulled out of me Pulev situation, which was going to make me mandatory in an easy fight against some fucking stiff European, and then now I lost that position as well, number 2 by the IBF, and I would have been mandatory for whoever won the IBF or whoever wanted to defend it against me, and they would have had a few months to defend it against me. But I lost that that ranking and that thing, so you never can tell. I don't, as I said in the past, I don't care about titles, belts, organisations. It's all a load of shit to me. It's all about money.
Fair enough. Just finally, Hughie Fury obviously did get his fight today. He was meant to be fighting on your undercard, but Mick sorted him out a fight to fight on this York Hall show today. How pleased are you with what he's doing?
I'm pleased, you know. I'm pleased for him. He's had 10 fights in 7 months. This is his 10th fight, and I hope he can get the just keep going and keep undefeated and keep learning. You know, he's only young. He's 19, and from me being 19 to 25, there's a whole hell of a lot of difference in the person from that age to this age. But it's not about if you can fight, is it? We all know that. When you know boxing and you're involved in boxing, if you can fight, it doesn't matter. It's who you know and what you know, and what TV contracts you can get, and who's out there to fight at the time.
Okay.
There you are. But to Huey's not like me. He's not money orientated. If Huey gets a grand, he'll go and spend it. He's not interested. He's only a young kid. You know what I mean? He boxes for the love of it. I box because I like boxing. I like fighting, and I like getting rewarded with the money, because I know I can't make any money elsewhere as big as I can in boxing. At least I'm honest.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. You was on, you phoned in on Chatty Man.
Yeah.
How's that? I haven't seen it yet. I've got it on.
You know, it was bullshit because they cut me short.
Oh,
they only showed me aggressive side, and I was cracking jokes and stuff beforehand. But I'm sure I've got the video of that, because I had it videoed when I was doing it, just in case they said something they shouldn't have. So I might have to give you that and put it on iFilm London. You know.
Listen, you give us that footage. Of course, we'll put that on there. But I haven't seen it yet. Actually, there's a lot of stuff I haven't watched.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about? Random shit? Anything?
You can talk about anything you want to talk about. We don't even have. You look so sick. It's a joke. Honestly, you look. This is the. Every time I've seen you, I know. Listen,
lost 5 million.
Listen, yes, I know exactly what you're saying. I wouldn't know what that's like. I'm not a boxer. I'm not in your position. But you look generally. This is the lowest I've ever seen you look.
I am. I'm pretty pissed off. And the other night I had a car accident to top it all off. Some cunt run into the back of me on the motorway. So that's fucked me up as well. Should have claimed whiplash, but I'm not a pussy-o, so I didn't.
Oh. What are you going to be doing in the next week or so then?
Shagging, eating, sleeping. I don't do anything. I've stopped drinking, stopped going out, stopped womanising. All that shit. It's not for me anymore. So what else is there in life? If you're not drinking, you're not taking drugs, you're not womanising, is there anything else? All I do is take the kids to the park, to the beach, to wherever they want to go, and then relax with a wife and watch movies. That's it. I'm a pretty boring person at the minute. You know, I can be a live wire if I want to be, but you know, what's the point in being a live wire when you've got nothing to be happy about? When I get David A in the ring, I'll be happy. Until then, I'm going to be on a downer.
So are you in a position where now, because I remember you said in one of the interviews before the fight was even announced, you said to me, look, until we're in the ring, you said that, and that ended up being what happened, but it's just the way you're looking at it now, until you're in the ring, then you're a happy man.
No, because that's the way he wants to look at me. I'm going to train my balls off over Christmas. There's no Christmas. My Christmas present is smashing his face in, putting a dent in his brain. Yeah, that's my Christmas present. So I'm going to train my balls off from end of November all the way to February the 8th, and then if he pulls out, he pulls out, but I'm training like a fucking lion, like a Trojan until that date. I'm sacrificing a lot. I'm going to train. If the fight happens, if it doesn't, fuck it. Okay. But I will be training right through Christmas, harder than I trained last time, without overtraining.
Okay. Have you just got a message for your fans, people that bought tickets, Team Fury?
Yeah, I've got a message for the fans. You know, everyone who bought tickets to the fight, you can get a refund at the box office. That's the ticket line. People who lost the money on hotels, I'm terribly sorry. If I had the money, I'd reimbursed you, but I haven't. David A's messed it all up. You know, he hasn't just let me down, he's let everybody else down as well in economic situations where things are low and people ain't got a lot of money. I'm sorry for all the people who saved up for months on end to come to this fight, to buy tickets and hotels and transport, which I know a lot of it's non-refundable, but it's not my fault. It's my sympathy is with you, you know. But you know, I've lost a lot as well. We've all lost out. British nation's lost out. Everybody was wanting to see this fight, and because David Haye had to spar a week before the fight when he should never have done. If he wasn't ready a week before, he never is going to be ready. Then it's a shame that he got a cut and everybody's lost out on a fight he wanted to see. And for all the people who wanted to see me get knocked out, well, you've only got to wait till February 8th, and hopefully David Haye will do that and put me out of my misery, and then I can go and do whatever I want, build a chimney if I want to. You know what? I just don't see that happen. I don't see the fight happening until I'm in the ring. Like I said before, I'm not in the ring, but I think he's just doing it to try and mess people's minds up. He's not going to mess my mind up because I'm going to be training balls off, like I said before. I'm sorry for the vulgar language. I'm sorry for the outspokenness. I'm sorry for being a realist, and I'm sorry for being down. But this is who I am, what I do. I say it as it is. I'm a realist, and tune in February 8th, Sky Box Office. Okay. LOL.
This has put our fight on hold as well, hasn't it, Tyson?
Yeah, you know, I can't fight KUGAN now until after this, just in case I get injured, you know. So we'll have to reschedule that as well, KUGAN.
All right. But, we'll talk after February the 9th. We'll have a chat. I'm
in Morecambe if anyone wants to come visit me.
You've been mobbed out there as well, haven't you? I've just seen so many people come up to you.
It's one of them people. I'm a likeable character. Some people like me, some people hate me, you know. But people who know me and speak to me and come up to me, they know I'm all right. People who don't know me, just people who haven't met me or have got the wrong impression of confidence. To take confidence as a mistaken factor in somebody's personality.
Loads of people always ask me, it's a common question I get, what is Tyson Fury like? And do you know what, I do just point them in the direction of a couple of interviews that me and you have done before.
You know, when I do an interview with you, KUGAN, you bring the best out of me, baby.
I know. You're not.
We always do good interviews.
I know.
So
this one's a slightly more serious one, but listen, you've got reason for it to be a serious one. But listen, I'm sure we'll be catching up with you. There's a 4-month. It's going to be dramas. You know, things are going to be happening.
This fight's going to be even better than last time because there's going to be more people anticipating to watch it. It's going to be bigger, better, and more bolder. And I promise I'm going to do something totally outrageous that no one would expect me to do. I might walk into the press conference stripped bollock naked. So be prepared to put the sensors across it.
We won't censor nothing on here, so this is where people would see that.
So people would see
you know that little blurry bit that'll come underneath your thing. Well, we won't.
I'll just have to get the old penis pump out then before I do it.
All right, listen, Tyson, thank you very much for talking to us.
No problem, KUGAN. Pleasure as always.
You've spoken to me for 20 minutes now. Listen, you've always given us your time. Appreciate it. We'll go and watch Fury's fight now, and we'll catch up with you really soon.
And you know why I give people me time? Because I'm a realist. My head ain't stuck up my ass. Like when people get a bit of fame or they earn a few quid, they tend to not want to do interviews with people who they've been doing interviews with since it started. They tend to think they're bigger than their own boots. Mention no names, David Haye. But you know, David Haye's a tosser, wank stain, and Tyson Fury's a nice guy. Bit of a dickhead as well, but what can you do? We all are. But until next time, au revoir.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS with Tyson Fury. End it on a smile, Tyson Fury. Thank you very much.
Love you, baby. Any sexy women out there? At Peter Fury.
You're married, bruv.
I know. Don't Twitter message me because it's on my wife's phone. It blings up. But if you Twitter message Peter Fury, it's surely to get your number over to me. Only if you're hot though, because it's obvious that I don't date non-fit bitches.
Obviously. Standard,
baby.
KUGAN CASSIUS, Tyson Fury here at your call for Life from London. Thank you very much.
What are you doing, Michael?